All right, fans, with us today, he is a standout guy with one of the coolest Facebook live feeds in the No Prep Hot Wheel world, with some of the brightest shoes on the starting line. Coming to us from Burbank, Illinois, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you No Prep Felons, Bob Rice.
What up? What up? What up?
How's
That's
it going, my man?
I like that.
Yeah, that's what
Got
I
me
like
want
to
to take
do.
my shirt off and ready to rock and roll now.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Run them ropes. Let's do it, huh?
Hell yeah.
All right, folks. Well, if you don't know, today I brought on, obviously, No Pet Prep Felons, Bob Rice. Man, that's a mouthful. To talk a little bit about his live feed and what he's had going on, not just last season and maybe what he's got going on this season. And as you know, he's obviously digging deep into the Hot Wheel world, got some live feeds going on with that as well. So we'll dive into that. Are you ready, my man?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell the fans and listeners out there, Bob, how did you get your start doing the live feeds?
Of Hot Wheels or
Both.
races?
Yeah, both of them.
I'll start with the Hot Wheels. I started that because COVID first started hitting, and we had all the lockdowns going on, and it wasn't supposed to be like live feeds. I was just gonna make stupid videos. You know, me and my wife were in the garage trying to think up crazy names and stuff like that. And then I just went live for one time, and it blew up. Quite honestly, you know, everybody's stuck in the house. There's nothing going on. And so I had it where they send me cars and we'll just have races. And it's still continuing today. You know, it's nuts with the Hot Wheels, man. Holy cow, it's crazy with the Hot Wheels. But I think with racing, I did that on shits and giggles, quite honestly. It was just, you know, from before I went to my first event, I used to watch live feeds. Other people had live feeds going on and stuff like that. So I was just repaying back the people that had done it, you know, like, hey, I'm at this race, I'm gonna live feed it. We'll go from there. Well, I say after that first event, I got like, man, hundreds of messages about thanking me, how they were, you know, they couldn't afford to go, or, you know, they were financially, or they were sick, or they just couldn't go anymore. Maybe they're just, you know, something with, you know, with their health. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. You know, they're all thanking me. Even the family of the racers are thanking me, you know, the wives and stuff. I'm like, well, we decided to go to another race, which was Colorado. It was season 2 of No Prep Kings. And went there, and it just got crazy as what it is today, you know. So it's a wild ride, both ways, you know, the Hot Wheels and the live feeding of the No Prep Kings.
Definitely. And I could speak for myself, a part of the live feed on the No Prep side. I know I was victim of, you know, I couldn't get enough of it. I obviously was probably one of those folks sending out one of those very nice messages, because for someone like me out here in Colorado, when the No Prep season starts, as you know, it's mainly an East Coast thing at the beginning, and then it makes its way out west towards the end of the season here. And for people like me that can't afford to travel out there, it's an amazing thing. And that's what kind of drew me in with you. Not only that, just your presence on the live feed, your interaction, just some of your caring things. You went the extra mile more than once, more than anybody, I would have to say, on any live feed all season last year. And that's why just kept bringing me back. You know, I was anticipating you going live each and every weekend when they were, you know, before they head this way. And then, of course, when you were here, it was all I could do to try to find you. Of course, we only crossed paths there for just a second, but, you know, and still I've been keeping up to this day. Even though you're not doing that right now, I'm still interested in your live feeds no matter what, just because of that. And I think that's a great thing. And I think there needs to be more people like you out there doing stuff like this.
You know, there's quite a few people that does it. Problem is, man, I think they're trying to make money off of it. You know, constantly begging for money. You want us to do this? You know, I've heard it, I watched it, you know. I wasn't in it for the money. You know, I'm truly want to grow drag racing. Drag racing's dying slowly, you know, unfortunately. So, you know, I just want to just help, you know, like I mean, technically, I can't charge people for the live feed, especially for No Prep Kings, because it's a TV show, you know.
Sure.
So, you know, I mean, I could get sued, I could do this, you know. If they donate, but it's not required. You know, some people do you know, donate, some people don't. I don't care. You know, all I want to do is just help, you know, help people see drag racing. And you know, No Prep Kings has grown. Is it because of me? Absolutely not. You know, it's on TV and stuff. You know, maybe a 0.1% chance I might help. You know, because the crowds used to be pretty low, but now last year the crowds was crazy packed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's where I always tell, you know, like promoters, other promoters that's not No Prep Kings, you know, like, you know, they don't really want the live feeds because it'll kill, you know, they want butts in the seats, right? They
Right.
want that money. And I get it, but how are you supposed to get those butts in the seats without people not knowing what your event's about? You know,
Exactly.
you get a live feed out there you go. People see it. I mean, there was what's great Armageddon. I used to watch the live feeds on Armageddon. Yeah, and that's what brought me to go to Armageddon, and I haven't missed one in the last 3 years. You know, so I mean that's a great event. You know, and if they just have to learn to use this new technology out there. You know, to grow their races, and who knows what these smaller tracks who don't have, you know, the people in the butts in the seats or the car counts or stuff, but it might help them. You know, so that's my goal for this year is try to help the smaller events.
Man, that's awesome. And we could probably agree on this. One of the best live feeds out there kind of doing that thing that's not charging is Limpy, who I had on just a couple of weeks ago. And, you know, it's people like him, one thing people don't realize is you're not only just giving us the race fit itself, you're giving us an inside look, a behind the scenes at some point, a personal opinion from not just, you know, yourself, but other people that are around. It's just a lot more than what people realize. And I think that's great. And I'm very, very looking forward to what you got up your sleeve. But let's dive into a couple more of these. How about this? If you had a chance to do it any different, how would you do it and why?
How can I do it different? I don't know if I can really do it any different than I can. I mean, obviously I can't bring, you know, professional type equipment for live feeds. I mean, of course that would make, you know, the live feeds better, but, you know, I don't think, you know, Pilgrim would like the fact of me having all these cameras all around and shit, you know? So I'm not sure any way to do it different. You know, I just use a phone, I stand there and then, you know, from the times that I started my first live feed to what I now, you know, it's, you know, I used to just hold the phone, you know, the long way so you could barely see the cars to where I hold it sideways. I even zoom in, zoom out, you know. You see a lot of people that does the live feeds, they don't do the zoom in, zoom out stuff
Right.
like that. So I don't think, you know, anything I could do different now to, you know, make it better. I think it's the best that you can do, quite honestly.
All right. All right.
Once
Well,
I
how
got
about
the
this?
equipment.
What's your one favorite part about it then, other than giving it back to the fans?
Oh man, let me tell you something. I thought it was just cool. You know, I covered season 2, season 3, and last year was season 4. Season 2, season 3, I was a nobody, except for the people that watch my live feeds. Last year, I was able to go, and what I really enjoy of the No Prep Kings as the racers and stuff, it's a big family. It is a huge family, man. Like I go there, I know I'll be getting taken care of, you know, if it's, you know, somewhere to sit, someone to get something to drink, something to eat, whatever it is, you know, somebody there will take care of me. And that's awesome, man. Like I really got to enjoy last year just to, you know, go there earlier, you know, talk to all the racers, you know, like they're just regular people, quite honestly.
Right.
And
Right.
just have a great time. And you know, after the race is over with and everybody has left, you know, then the partying happens, you know. So it's the family effect of No Prep Kings, man. It's man, there's no denying a race family, man, quite
Yeah,
honestly.
I agree 100%. That's one of my favorite things about the race world all the way around. All right, let's switch things up a little bit, Bob, get into some fun ones. Here's one of the most famous questions here on the E's and B's. I got to ask you, you're making breakfast tomorrow for any celebrity out there. Who are you making breakfast for? And what are you having?
Celebrity?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I'm not a very good cook, except on the grill. Breakfast wise, my wife always does that. For a celebrity though, man, I would, what I would cook breakfast if I could cook breakfast to a racer. He's not really a celebrity in a way, but he's starting to get big, and his name is Chris Varney. If you see, the reason why I choose him is because he was the very first racer that wanted stickers and no prep felons on his car.
Nice.
And he also helped me to be part of his crew to go to the filming of Cash Days that happened in Nebraska a couple years back. And I have nothing but all respect for Chris Varney, man. He really kicked it off. You know what I'm saying? Of the no prep felons, of getting the stickers on, and here's my sticker. I can see it on TV, on Discovery.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah.
Chris Varney gets a lot of hate because of what happened, but man, he is an awesome dude. So that would probably be, and then if I could add another one, it would probably be Stephen Brindle, of the owner of Game Changer, because
Okay.
what he did for me and my brand also, I mean, he took it to another level to what Chris Varney just got me, my foot in the door, and Stephen was able to take it over the top. So those two people, man, I'll cook them breakfast anytime.
Awesome. And I could agree with you. I gotta say too, it's kind of role reversed here. You kind of brought light to me, and I think a lot of other people out there, the Game Changer side. When you were helping, I think that you kind of shined a lot more. I think it was kind of cool that obviously it went both ways. And then I didn't know too much about the Varney situation. That's very cool. Yeah. I got to agree with you. He kind of had a black eye, no pun intended. But now I think people are starting to see the true side of him. Definitely, the TV definitely doesn't do justice. We all know that. So
especially how they edit these,
absolutely,
TV shows.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people hates these racers on what they see on TV and not really get to know the racers personally. As I've talked to all of them.
Yes.
They're awesome people, and it's what they do on TV. They want haters because haters, make it grow even more. So
yeah, I think you and I both could agree that being in the shoes, you got to go to an event and actually, get a chance to talk to them now, not while they're in the middle of doing what they need to get done to race, but that right time, and you'll realize these people are just like us. They'll take their shirt off if they could,
sure.
All right.
The best time to go is Friday nights.
Absolutely.
Because they're not really, they're just doing some grudges and stuff like that. Friday night, go there. Saturday, leave them alone because they got $40,000 on their mind.
That's right. That's right. Hey, just a handful more left here, Bob, and then I'll turn the tables over to you. I got to know though, bud, if you could be anything in the world out there other than what you are right now, what would you be and why?
What would I be? What would I be? I don't know. I'm kind of liking this stuff, being what I'm doing now, quite honestly. I don't have a boss, quite honestly. I just do what I got to do. I don't even know the real answer to that.
All right. Hey, there's no,
I like what I'm doing now. Don't get me wrong.
There you go. That's fine with me. Awesome. Sometimes what you're doing, you love, is the best thing and the right thing. So I'm okay with that. The crazy
part, it just took a couple, years. I used to do, jobs and stuff like that until I got into this. And then I'm like, man, this is my calling. Why didn't I think of this earlier?
Let me ask you, are you more of a YouTube or a podcast person?
I do both.
All right. How about this? What's your top podcast that you listen to and the top YouTube channel that you're watching today?
The YouTube, man, I don't really have a channel that I like. I mean, I didn't mean by that, but I just like to scroll through. Anything with racing on it, I'm on top of it. It doesn't even matter. It could be different views of the same race. I'm all about the racing aspect on the YouTube. Podcast, you got your Joe Rogan. What's the other one? Cypress Hill. I forgot the name of it. I know they got one. Yeah, I mean, all they do is smoke weed and talk crap and stuff like
Nice.
that, and that's what I like. It's just,
Right.
it ain't political, it ain't nothing. It's just people just talking some crap, and
That's what we like, to have fun.
mhm,
Don't go down no roads that we don't need to, and just enjoy each
and
other.
that's how I try to make my live feeds, as like, I don't try to get in political stuff. I just talk what I talk, and that's about it, and try to bullshit with the other
Absolutely.
people.
Absolutely. Hey, let's switch it up, Bob, to the Hot Wheel world. Talk a little Hot Wheel racing, as we spoke there at the beginning. I dabbled a little bit in this. We talked a little bit off scene here, where I had a couple of Hot Wheel races back in the day there for, some quite a big money. There was obviously some side betting going on, all kinds of cool stuff. But little did I know that you were involved in this kind of a world as well. And honestly, this is a very growing sport that people don't really realize, and there could be some big amounts of money on the line in the Hot Wheel world. How about you tell us and the listeners out there a little bit about what you got going on?
Right now, today, I have a point series going on. Today's actually the last race, so we're actually going to find out who's going to be our point champion. Um, I provide the cars. All they got to do is, I have this big wheel. This wheel choose their cars for them, so no one's like, oh man, this car's, so it's totally randomized. Matter of fact, I got another race that's coming up. I got 220 packs where they're still in the package. You choose your car, and we're going to run with it. And hopefully what you pick is fast.
Nice.
And I also do, once I go to races, I'll bring the track with me. And I have 2 launchers. I'll bring a bucket of cars. You pick one, and then we'll have a big race, where they're, racing for $100, or racing for $100 on a gap and stuff like that. And I also have a finish line on it where it has a green light, and I got a remote. Now it doesn't see, who red lights if somebody leaves early. But as soon as that light turns green, they got to leave and stuff like that. And we had some crazy races with that lasted for like 7 hours. It was a blast, man. And
Nice.
It's crazy. I mean, just like when you're talking about what I like to watch YouTube, Hot Wheel racing.
Yeah,
that's another one right there.
That's a rabbit hole I'll go down several times in a few days. I know this. I'm not sure. The racing we were kind of putting on was obviously the downhill release launch. It wasn't a shooter launch, but like you said, it's just amazing on how much money can be on the line for a 97-cent toy that everybody has probably bought at one point in their life. And I think it's very cool that you taking it on the road with you. I know next time we're in the same area and you got it going on, I'm definitely going to be throwing some money down for the E's and B's podcast.
When I don't bring it, they'll be like, oh, why didn't you bring it? Like, man, that was so much fun, and it was, yeah, I'm sorry, I got to pack other stuff in my vehicle, it is, it's a 6 foot, it's actually 12 foot, but I'm able to fold it to 6 foot, sometimes it's hard to bring that.
Yeah, I can hear you on that. Will definitely be interesting. We'll keep our eyes on that. Hey, I just got a couple more and I'm going to turn it over to you. I got to ask you one of our famous ones. The movie of your life, Bob, is coming out tomorrow. Who's playing you and what's the name of it?
Who's playing me? And what's the name of it, huh? Well, there's all kinds of movies that has What About Bob. So I'm going to continue with that. We'll go with What About Bob Part 2. And who would play me? I'll say, I don't know, man. I like the old school actors, but they're all old now, and I'm not that old.
Right, I got
like
you.
Robert De Niro or something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about this? I gotta throw one at you, just because I know how you kind of are on the live feeds and stuff, and your personality. Jim Carrey would fit your character very well.
Yes, I should have thought of that, man, because I love Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Definitely. All right, how about this one? Last one before I turn it over to you. When it's all said and done, Bob, what do you want the No Prep Felons legacy to be?
Just hoping to, to keep drag racing alive. I mean, my main goal is try to be better than flow racing that's out there. So I'm hoping that, I could top them, and you know, where we could still keep it free for everybody and just trying to help keep drag racing alive. You know, that's the main goal, is trying to, you know, I don't need all the celebrity status or stuff like that. You know, I just want to see the sport that I grew up watching, you know, to continue where the younger generations could also enjoy it, you know. So I'm really hoping that that happens, you know. I think I'm on my way towards that, quite honestly.
And I can agree. And that's 100% one of the main reasons why we brought you in today, is to shine a little light on you, because I think what you've done and what you've got going on is what some people out there need to know about. But before I let you go, how about you tell the fans and listeners out there where they can find you at and what else they need to know?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I do have a Facebook page. It's called No Prep Felons. I do have a YouTube, a little bit different name on it. It's NPF Media. You know, I'm trying to be a little professional, I guess. So I'm hoping for next year that I'm covering a series. It's called World Series of No Prep, which is 7 races and 7 different style races too. It's a point series. I believe Limpy's going to be flagging a few of those and a couple others. And it's going to be wild. It's mainly in the Midwest. It's Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan. You know, that's going to be a blast. The goal is try to go live feed on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Should be able to, long enough I have the service there, but you know, really trying to blow it up with that way. And also it's going to have, you know, multiple camera angles. So, you know, I know if you watch Limpy, he has 2. I'm trying to go around like the 3 or 4 different camera angles. Long enough I got the help, you know, that helps me for the cameras. And it should be a blast. And then I'm also trying to find other races also, you know, during that time. Will I be going to No Prep Kings? Maybe 1, 2. It all depends on the scheduling. But my main focus is trying to help these smaller events for sure.
Awesome stuff. Well, man, like I said, it was an honor and a pleasure having you on the E's and B's, and we'll definitely
Thank you.
be looking forward to what you got up your sleeve for the remainder of this year coming forward. And I'll definitely, hopefully, run into you down the line at one of those small races. But until next time, folks, from No Prep Felons, it's bye. Rah! Thanks, my man.
That was awesome, dude.
You bet.